There's a moment in every leadership team when someone finally says what everyone else has been thinking. Something feels off here. Maybe it's a pattern of sarcasm that shuts people down. Maybe it's the quiet resentment that builds when one person dominates the room. Or maybe it's the subtle way fear creeps into decision making. Whatever form it takes, that moment is usually the first sign that a cobra has slithered into the culture. Feeding the cobra is my way of describing how teams unintentionally reward toxic behavior. Not because they want to, and not because they're weak, but because they're human. We all want harmony, and we all want to avoid conflict. And sometimes we convince ourselves that ignoring a problem is the same as solving it. But silence is fertilizer for toxicity. The truth is, most toxic behavior doesn't start with malicious intent. It starts with fear. Fear of losing influence or of being overlooked, fear of being wrong. And when fear goes unexamined, it becomes venom. It immobilizes the very systems a team needs to thrive. Empathy, listening, curiosity, honesty, and respect. The real danger isn't the cobra itself. It's the way we feed it. We feed it when we excuse harmful behavior because that's just the way he is or she is, or because that's just the way we've always done things. We feed it when we let gossip masquerade as concern. We feed it when we reward performance over virtue, efficiency over humanity, results over relationships. But here's the good news. Cobras starve quickly when the food supply is cut off. The first step is naming the cobra clearly, not with shame or accusation, but with shared language that helps the team see what's happening. When we say, I think we're feeding a cobra here, we're not attacking a person, we're identifying a pattern, and patterns can be changed. The second step is intrapersonal reflection. Toxicity doesn't only live out there, it lives in the stories we tell ourselves. It lives in our assumptions, our biases, our unspoken expectations. When we pause long enough to ask, what story am I telling myself right now? We interrupt the cobra's favorite meal, unexamined narratives. The third step is recentering on virtue. Not the performative kind that seeks validation, but the deep internal virtues that shape character, such as humility, courage, justice, and temperance. These virtues are the antidotes to poison. They restore what toxicity destroys. And finally, we must create spaces for moral awakening. Spaces where people can say, I never knew myself until this moment. Spaces where confession isn't weakness, but strength. Spaces where repair is celebrated and not avoided. When teams stop feeding the cobra, something beautiful happens. Trust grows, creativity returns, laughter reappears, and the team becomes a witness to a different kind of leadership, one rooted not in ego, but in wisdom.